Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started. Welcome back. I am your host, Bootsy, back with another review video. I came across this one. Corey Holcomb goes off on high-calorie big girl body Dank Demoss winning big money in lawsuit. And I'm like, I was hoping that it was like satire. I was hoping it was just, picking fun. Like, hopefully she didn't win. But the way this country is, it doesn't surprise me if she actually won. And this is by the Tip Network. Shout out to the Tip Network. They don't usually make content where they kind of do like the what ifs. So I'm saddened by even just seeing that title. So I'm curious to see how this goes. I'm going to play the video real shortly and do a review on it. If it's true, I think it's a sad day for America. And I think it's also why people struggle with accountability and personal responsibility and things like that. But let's see what we have.
I nicknamed my refrigerator. Dank Demoss.
Wow.
Look like it.
By the way, okay, we're going to get to that.
That rapper from Detroit.
I know, I'm going to say, started an OnlyFans.
My refrigerator be like, I can fit in there.
You know that, right? She started an OnlyFans.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Lyft driver.
And that's another thing, right? And I think this is why, as a society, we're starting to decay a bit. It's weird because it's like people already struggle with accountability in general. And then when you start, I have this thing where whenever it comes to children, I tell people, do not, and it doesn't only apply to children, but it's definitely applicable when children are involved. I say things like, do not reward bad behavior. Don't ever reward bad behavior. And I feel like this whole video is just going to be bad behavior being rewarded. So not only does it seem like she won money by being overweight and can't fit in a car, and I guarantee they're going to call it discrimination, but it also sounds like, this lady does not take care of herself, is not very skilled. She started an OnlyFans, which seems to be what most unaccountable women do nowadays. And then I guarantee you she made money from it. Because dudes are so thirsty and pathetic nowadays, they just go for anything, which then brings us back to people not having any accountability and not doing any better because no one holds them responsible. But I'll let it keep going.
We got a special guest in the building. Who we got? We have Big Dank Demoss.
Like a lot of times people think that bigger people, obese, the F word people should just be in a house. When it's like, we not. Word? Yeah, the F word. I'm not.
That you can't say in your house, fat. Oh!
I'm not saying that word.
Yeah, we don't use that word.
We go outside and people looking at us crazy, like, we getting stared at. For what? Because we big.
Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I got more space on my car. Is small.
I can fit in this car.
But believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So I'm sorry.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car? So I gotta order another Lyft. The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires.
And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What?
Man said his tires was tired. That always cracked me up. But no, it's like she literally can't fit in the car. So if she won this lawsuit, I'm like, what kind of lawyer did Lyft hire? Like, she physically can't fit in the car. It reminds me of the OJ situation where it's like, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Wouldn't it make sense if they got the exact model car and told her to get in the back seat? Wouldn't that have won them the lawsuit? But I don't know. I'll keep going.
What have to do with your tires?
Yeah,
and another thing, it's crazy to me how people like her, if you listen to the video, it sounded like she was joking because it kind of sounded like she was being funny or trying to be funny. And then the minute where somebody probably was like, yo, you could get some money from this, then all of a sudden I'm a victim and I'm hurt because he said I couldn't fit in the car and the tires was the worst part. Like, in what world is this, what he said about the tires, the worst part of this whole interaction? Shouldn't the worst part be that you physically can't fit in the car? goodness.
You have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Dank Demoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
John Marco and Zach Runyon say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
I posted this video because y'all got us up. Y'all always trying to put big people in a category. Oh, big people this, or big that, or big this and that.
The only category that people put big people in is the fact that they're unhealthy, which is indicated by their size, and that they eat a lot. Like, I don't really think most people really talk about big people that much or care that much about big people. Don't get me wrong, they be the butt of jokes, but it don't be that serious. I know plenty of big people. Hell, during that pandemic, boy, I gained a lot of weight my damn self. So I know, but it's like, come on.
Stop doing that. Oh, cover up, or da-da-da-da-da-da. You can't wear that. You big and da-da-da. You.
Have you ever seen her rap when she's sitting down doing this?
Yeah.
I mean, let it go. You look ridiculous.
Most people beatbox, she body box. She just
And she's taking these OnlyFans.
she getting smashed on OnlyFans.
I want to watch
It
it.
doesn't say you'd have to get a subscription.
I want to watch it.
And she said, you got an OnlyFans?
See, and that right there is the problem. Because, you know, some people actually watch it for enjoyment. I'm like, whatever, to each his own. I don't get why these people be paying for everything. But that's how society is like legit decaying. But sometimes people are just curious, like what actually happened, and then that's why they pay. And it's like, bro, why we can't ignore nothing anymore? Like, if we see a train wreck, we gotta watch it. Like, sometimes just walk away.
I do.
Oh, they running it up too.
They run it up on OnlyFans.
Man, they running it up.
I don't know. Y'all just gonna have to go.
How much you make on OnlyFans?
Dank Demoss, you know.
How much you make?
Money coming in.
What you making a money?
Allegedly.
Hey.
She said, "Sis, stay out my pocket."
I want to watch somebody live.
And just to add real quick, I hate how as a society, what we do now is we justify everything by how much money someone makes. Like, I remember there was a time where the money didn't matter. It was the morals. It wasn't how much money you made, it's how you made the money. If you couldn't be proud of what you did, then it's a clear indicator that you shouldn't be doing it. But now, I guess inflation's so damn high, everybody like, listen, man, I need $1. I'll get it any means. That was low character at some point. And now it just seems like it's the norm.
That up and put in it. I want to watch it.
Oh wow.
I want to see where her hair stops on that little thing in the front, that little love seat in the front. I want to see where the hair stops and where it ends out the back of her ass. I want to see it.
I guarantee her bathtub got a
Look at
door.
that. Is that a picture of her?
Oh, God, I feel so bad.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Mold that we making. What's that?
I don't know.
We gonna mold it. Big Dank delivery.
The biggest. That's what's gonna be.
I don't just want. I want the fupa too. Yeah, I need everything.
That's gonna be more.
Mold. The bonus.
Look, that's the bonus. You get the fupa for the bonus. You get the. You look. You pay for first. Then you got the option for fupa.
This is the greed they talked about in the Bible. Okay, because you want to get extra for the fupa.
You have extra for the fupa.
I want to see where the hair
Look, he's getting
begins and ends. I'm a weirdo.
But sad, you can't see the private part and she's naked.
I know you can't see the private part. That's the part that I know she can't reach and wash.
Oh, bless.
You can't wash your if there is a bean bag in front of it. You can't get to it. You can't wash your if a bag of clothes is sitting in your lap.
About that club that I went to with my
We'll say.
not.
Happened if the driver relented and let her in.
There it is. Self-preservation first.
Dank Demoss is suing Lyft after being refused entry into a small car by the driver. Let's use AI to find out what would have happened if the driver relented and let her in. And she's in.
I can fit in this car.
See, no problems at all.
The moment.
They dead wrong for that. I don't know why they had to do that.
She went on
Breakfast Club.
the Breakfast Club and asked for a different seat. That was the end of her lawsuit. Period. End of discussion.
And I feel like that's what every logical person believed. They believed like she can't even stand up too long. She couldn't sit in a chair, which means I'm like, how can you sit in a car chair? Like a car is a metal frame that you have to squeeze into. when you're that big, you can't physically do it. So I'm trying to figure out how. I've been racking my brain this whole time. I've been skipping the video because there's certain parts I'm like, ugh, I don't need to hear all that. I'm tired of us glorifying the dumbest behavior in the world. But I'm trying to figure out, how is it possible that someone who physically can't fit in a car is discriminated against if someone tells them that they can't fit in a car?
They had a regular chair there or a bigger chair there, and she was like, do you have anything bigger? That ended the lawsuit. Hold up.
At that very moment, I said, that's a big settlement. It's going to be a couple of million. Some drivers said, absolutely not. She won't get a cent. Well, they finally settled. Obviously, we will never know the exact dollar amount, but she is probably a few $1 million richer. She sued, and she made a lot of money.
So her and Lyft have settled the lawsuit, and the terms have not been publicly revealed. And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, the problem is everyone's assuming, it's sad to hear that she won, but because this is just going to encourage people to just eat poorly and get bigger and then cry discrimination when things don't work for them. Like, I could see people sitting in chairs break, and they say it's the manufacturers of the chair discriminated against them or some nonsense. But it's like, we don't know how much money she actually got. The problem is people like her aren't very bright, so it wouldn't surprise me if they lowball the hell out of her just so they could end paying legal fees. Because again, you're paying a lot of money to have these lawsuits, and it's like they weren't going to get that money back, so they just gave her a little bit of change to shut her up. I think that's really what they did. But who knows? Maybe we'll probably find out, because she doesn't seem like the type that's smart enough to keep her mouth closed. So she'll probably like say it and then break the NDA or whatever she had to sign, and then that'll be it.
Okay, I can see a guy liking obese women. Dumpster Demoss chick is not an obese woman. She is something different.
What that is? So what is that?
You can't get to her.
Well, there's one thing for being obese, and there's another thing from being morbidly obese. And I think they even have a new thing now where there's something even bigger than morbidly obese. So there are categorizations of the size of people now. But yeah, she's not considered obese. She would be morbidly obese or better.
Unless they're her. If her legs are up.
Well, how about doggy style? That's probably the easiest.
No, you can't do it doggy style because she can't wash her asshole.
So you'd have to do it for her.
If you her doggy style, you're going to vomit.
Oh, my.
Yeah, see, these conversations is getting gross, and that's why I've been skipping through. So I'm going to continue to skip through. Hold on. At this point, honestly, I just want to hear the Tip Network's commentary. I'm tired of watching this.
Yeah, you'll be like,
I can't with this. Somebody said.
Ladies and gentlemen of Polite Savages, you are now about to witness tales sure to anger high-calorie struggle rappers and modern women alike. As always, we can only guarantee to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes the truth is a big pill to swallow, but you gotta shut up, hold your nose, and take your medicine. So there's nothing left to do but get on up into it. Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, Polite Savages, it looks like Dank Demoss now has a major come-up, getting a big fat settlement check, where we don't know how much money she's getting in that settlement, but we all know that she's not going to be missing out on any meals, as she's getting the biggest deal of her lifetime, where we know Dank Demoss is scoring big for the big girls, where all they gotta do is play the victim, getting empathy and sympathy from the public, as well as other women, using that as the ultimate leverage into extorting money from these major brands, corporations, and people. But hey, the little guy's gotta win sometimes, and I'm sure a lot of people would be applauding her in her corner. But at the same time, she ain't a little guy, she's a big girl. But go right ahead and switch the genders and see what happens, as you know the public is not gonna have any sort of sympathy for a fat man. Where that big...
I don't know if that's true, because it's like when you look at, I forgot that dude, he wears purple, he kind of looked like Barney. Like people, not that saying that people have sympathy for him, but people are cheering for him. And it's like when you got to sit down to have a concert when you're not like Ron Isley and you're like 90 years old. I mean, it says a lot, like a whole lot. Like your legs can't even take your weight, but we got to pretend like all of this stuff is healthy. But that's a bigger conversation.
Man is expected to pay.
Yeah, I really just interrupted to say, like, let's not pretend like only women get this level of sympathy or praise for being that size. There are a select few men who also are huge, and they get praise for some weird reason for being as big as they are.
his way through life. Where this woman, an obese woman, hey, no shade and no hate, but I gotta say, it's only the United States when a woman this big, celebrating obesity, is able to turn this situation and play victim, and gaining the most money through her obesity.
You also have to work around other people's situations as well. Like, so for example, when you fly, certain airlines give you an extra seat.
I fly Southwest. They give me a free seat. They give anybody my size a free extra seat.
Okay. And Delta as well?
The last time I drove Delta, I drove first class and I had my own seat and I was fine.
Okay.
I didn't need an extra seat.
Okay. Yeah, well, first class is, yeah.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Polite Savages laid.
And for those who don't know, I'm about 6'2". I'm like around 265, 270. So I'm built like a football player. And this lady makes me look tiny. And when I tell you, them seats, even in first class, aren't all that much bigger than the ones in economy. So they kind of extend a bit more, like so you can lift your legs up and all of that, lean back more. But she still doesn't fit in those seats that well. Right? But it's crazy that you as a one human being need a whole extra seat just aboard an entire aircraft. I swear, I don't know if we're going to recover from this as a country, like, at all. It just seems like people are doing bad and worse things and getting praised for it. So more and more people do bad and worse things. I don't see a positive end to this.
Like Savages, it seems like she has no problem in gaming the system. Now, I'm not going to be any kind of moral compass and say it's wrong or it's right. I'm just saying playing the Russian roulette with her.
He can't do it, so I'll do it. It's wrong. It is wrong. And then guess what? When people see them succeed, they're going to try to do it too. These people aren't very smart, so everybody does the same con. Then when everybody does the same con, then it creates even more problems.
Life by eating too many calories.
That's why there's so many grifters online pretending to be rich, pretending to have things they don't actually have. Like, these things happen for a reason, and we all have this dumb mindset. We've been conditioned that you can't say anything, you can't judge anything, you can't call anybody out. It's like, who am I to judge? An observant individual. Like, that's who you are. You should be able to look at something and say, you know what, this isn't quite right. But again, we've been conditioned to no longer say anything because you can lose your job. You can get canceled by telling the truth. And the more we move towards that, the more we move towards catering to people's emotions, the more society is going to continue to crumble. And guess what? In 10, 20, 15, 30 years, what's going to happen is people are going to pretend and act. They're going to feign ignorance and pretend like, I don't understand how we got to this point. This is how we got to this point.
It's something that I'm always going to be standing by. I will not take any sort of delight if her demise came from being overweight. But what I will have to say, though, is that not many ladies are afforded the same luxury as Dank Demoss.
To them, it was as if I wasn't a human being. I was a monster, fat who couldn't board the airplane. I wasn't begging for charity. I paid to go home.
We're big bone, big booty, big BB.
And it's like, this speaks to the victim mentality as well, where it's like, let's be real, most people who are that size didn't get that way by accident, right? They overeat, they don't move. So a lot of times you find out that a lot of those people have some sort of mental issue or went through some sort of depression or abuse. So it's that tends to be the common, symptoms with these people. So it's like, you're not trying to demonize them, but I don't think we should just sit there and pretend like this is a positive either. Like I said earlier, I know a bunch of people who are big. And one thing I will say is, whenever you have conversations with them, they always complaining about something with their health. It's never just their size. It's always a lot of pain. It's a lot of issues. They're on a bunch of medications. And it's like, now we're at the point where we're just like, oh no, everything's fine, body positivity. And it's like, how can it be body positivity when that person's body isn't even reacting in a positive manner? And look at this clown on the screen. I've seen her before. I don't even think she was like big, or maybe she was and got surgery, but I think this is surgical. It's like, now we got people who aren't even that big in surgery to be bigger. It's like, I don't understand people's obsession with size. It's like, you got a whole bunch of people buying big cars, big trucks, and they can't even fit in them, can't drive them. I guess go big or go home, right?
Yeah, ladies. The moment they try to book a flight on an airlines, just like one Gracie Bond.
Airlines want plus-size people to pay extra now. Like, hello, your tiny seats barely fit a chihuahua. And last time I checked, 60% of...
But you see what I'm saying about the victim mentality? Like, she did this to herself. but she's blaming the airlines. That's next level victimhood.
The people is plus size. So basically, we all gonna stand up during the flight. Some of you say that it's well deserved, but what about having a condition and not being able to control it? Please drop your solutions below because there is no way I'm giving.
And that's another thing. Like, what condition does she have that she can't control? What condition? Only is that her condition? Like, it's crazy to me that people are behaving and moving and thinking like this. And then it's like they always think that there's nothing they can do to stop their current predicament. Like, think about a lot of single people. A lot of single people who got mad kids by multiple people be pretending like they can't pick who they have children with. There's literally girls on the internet who saying, I wish I could pick my baby daddy. Crazy.
More money to this airline. I'm not paying for 2 tickets.
You know that infamous IGO web model where a couple search clicks away you can see her in your, that old corn? No. If you know what I mean. Gracie Bond, unlike Dank Demoss, got a pair away on each flight.
Some airlines banned me, so this is how I have to travel. Every time I travel, I used to buy 2 or 3 seats. So I started a campaign requesting bigger seats and they didn't like it. Now flying private is my only solution. This is a 10-hour flight, so my
Still couldn't fit in that chair, by the way.
only requirement is a lot of food. The takeoff was very fast and the plane felt lighter. Being banned from airlines is the best thing that happened to me. Now I can enjoy all these experiences. I ate all the food in the plane and now we are landing. Is flying
This we know.
private the solution for big girls like me?
Some flights is able to give Miss Gracie Bond complimentary flights in private planes, all due to her having a gigantic, humongous gravity field distorting, no light escaping, beta orbiting, big old James and the Giant Peach. That Badusi Tushy.
It's butt and booty. Badusi. That's what you smell. That's keeping it real. That's what you smell.
Where
I don't know why I looked like he was crying, but I refuse to believe that that's natural. I don't care what anyone says. I'm at that point.
just goes to show that Gracie Bond might not have got the full treatment like Dank Demoss. But if you don't have that big belly and you just got a big booty, she's still getting big money and still getting that complimentary air service.
From your point of view, do you think it's fair?
I feel like it's fair.
Why is that?
It just is. Like, if that's them, if they want to give their customers a free seat because of how big they are, then thank you. I appreciate it.
You know, but you can look at it both ways. You can look at it as, well, it's a full flight and they could have sold that seat to someone else, but ultimately they give you a free seat. But from a business point of view, they're ultimately losing a little bit of money as well.
That's them. You know, that's what they want to do.
Where you got
And see, it's just blatant selfishness. It's like, as long as somebody else has to pay for it and somebody else suffers, oh well, right? But if they have to suffer, it's world ending.
Web models like this one nutty Annie, who's also staking her claim and needing and complaining that she needs a first class.
But you see, this is exactly what I was talking about before. They are literally doing it to themselves, and then they're turning around and complaining about the results, just like they do in relationships, just like they do with their finance, just like they do with everything. It doesn't end, and it only gets worse.
Seat. Either this is smart marketing play, or maybe she's gonna make her own run in the next coming year to try to secure free flights, upgraded seats, and fake narcissistic social empathy. You know, these ladies be getting that complimentary free service at times, but when it still comes down to it, what worst is that they're risking their life and being a bad example for many other ladies out there, being social media influencers, amplifying their voice that being fat is okay and being overweight doesn't have any sort of complications. Just accept me for who I am, tolerate me for the free fat gains, with full fat acceptance, even though we all know that she's not only causing much stress to the health insurance systems, but she's also causing much stress on automobile chassis and airplane seats.
Just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy, and I am 100% glorifying obesity, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Isn't that not just what I said? Like, they are doing it to themselves, getting praised for it, so now it's a positive thing.
Do it. When they get in the tub, you know they don't sit down because they got to get up. Can you imagine that girl, Dank Demoss, or whatever her name is, Dump Truck Demoss? Can you imagine her trying to get out of a tub?
Oh, did you see that ankle over here on the left? Did you see her left ankle? Oh, it went. And she is literally 500 pounds.
Yeah, and it's not even funny to see stuff like that. Like, that's extremely dangerous. Like, imagine if you just harm yourself because you fell over. This is like the fear of everybody over like 70 years old, falling and never getting back up. And now, listen.
500 pounds of pressure on them little ankles. I'm not making jokes. She's the one who posted it. And you see the dog back here? Okay, I guess we know what happened to him. She talking about, is the dog, why you ain't help your mama? What the hell the dog gonna do?
These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is they have all died under the age of 45. Yep, those young, happy influencers preaching how being huge doesn't mean you're unhealthy all lost their lives to obesity and related to its conditions. Jamie Lopez, who starred in US reality TV show Super Size Salon, died from heart complications aged 37. Dr. Kat, who questioned the links between weight and health, lost her life aged 42. Brittany Stewart died aged 28, having finally admitting shortly before her death that binge eating ruined her life. In today's society, we have these types of influencers continuously brainwashing people to believe that being obese is healthy. Fatness is almost glorified in our days, and saying anything negative about it makes you fat phobic.
Let me ask you a question. You said that the F word, the fat, is a slur.
Yes.
How do you feel? How do you feel about the term big backs?
I just feel like, well, it's cute. You know, I do have a big bag.
Sound like a team.
Yeah, I do.
The big bag. Dank Demoss, or whatever her name is, Dump Truck Demoss. Can you imagine her trying to get out of a tub?
She can't keep no water in the tub. She sit down, it's all over the floor.
All right, I'm glad this video is done. But yeah, so I looked it up, and it's not just, so there's overweight, and then there's obesity classes, which I was never aware of it. There's class 1, class 2, but class 3 is formerly known as morbid obesity, and I think they changed it simply because it hurts people's feelings, but now it's sometimes referred to as severe obesity. And then there's something called super obesity, and then super obesity, right? And it's interesting because it's like people laugh at it, they joke at it, they even feel sorry for it. Even some people try to pretend like it's okay, but it has a negative effect on society, right? There's a financial burden. It increases healthcare costs for everyone, especially when people are on Medicaid or Medicare, right? It reduces productivity and it hurts wages because people can't do as much. It's putting a lot of people, it's putting a strain on disability and workers' comp. It's a whole bunch of things. It's like we already know society's in a health crisis, and now people are literally getting paid to be overly big or super big. But I'll close it out here and say this, right? I know some people who are of that morbidly obese, super obese, and other thing, and I always worry about their health. When they call me in the middle of the night or late at night, I always worry that something bad happened. And it's like you walk with them, you talk with them, and you see that they can't breathe, they can't do things. It's like, are you even really like living, or are you just around? It's sad because I know 50-year-olds who move like 80-year-olds because they're too big. And now we have someone who literally got paid God knows how much money simply because she couldn't fit in a car. And my worry is this type of behavior in society is going to continue, and it's only going to get worse, because I guarantee you we're going to start to see a bunch of videos popping up of people making claims of discriminations because they can't fit where they physically cannot fit. And until we're able to fix these really, really dumb problems that probably shouldn't exist, it's just going to get worse. Till next time.
Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast. We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.